court this morning where justices have just denied to hear a case that, if it had been taken up and approved, could have overturned their landmark same-sex marriage ruling. I want to go to MSNBC legal reporter Fallon Gallagher. Fallon, remind us of the details of this case, and do we know why the justices denied hearing it?
Yeah, Anna, so this is the case that was brought by Kim Davis. She's that Kentucky clerk who notoriously refused to grant marriage licenses to same-sex couples. So she had been appealing to overturn that landmark decision that granted the right for same-sex couples to get married about 10 years ago. What's really interesting about the way that the court grants orders is that they're usually very short. So they'll deliver these long opinions when they have a decision, but orders are typically unsigned, no opinions, no dissent, nothing like that. And that was exactly the case that we got this morning. So you get a list of cases, and there are some that are granted and usually many more that are denied. And so you look at the denials and you see Kim Davis's name, and that's it. We don't know what their decision was. We don't know how it went in conference, but all we know is that they had that closed-door conference last Friday where they discussed the case, and 4 justices would have had to agree to take this case. So all we know is that 4 justices did not agree to take this case, and it will not be on the docket this term. Anna?
So what does this mean now for same-sex marriage? Is there any appetite within the court to hear another challenge down the line?
Yeah, this was certainly the biggest chance that we could hear of a case challenging same-sex marriage in the immediate future. This was the only one that would have been ripe and ready to go to the Supreme Court. That said, there has been some concern among the community about the possibility that the Supreme Court could take up a case like this, because you'll remember in the Dobbs decision, which overturned the national right to have an abortion, Justice Thomas wrote in his concurring opinion in that decision that there might be an opening to also overturn same-sex marriage on the same judicial philosophy that they used to overturn the right to an abortion.
Mr. Rippey, how do you feel about the ruling on same-sex marriage?
Well, with the Dobbs decision, that only went back to the states. So will that be the case? Did it go back to the states? But I don't think nothing's ever going to happen. The Supreme Court not going to see it. We're in a different era. We're in a different time frame, and it's pretty much a wrap. They should just stop talking about all this stuff and let people do what they want to do when it comes down to marriage. Everything else beyond the gay marriage stuff, then that's something else that we can talk about with the transgender movement and all this other crap they're pushing on people.
So this is a lady that was pushing it. I think she didn't want to make a cake for somebody or something, but this is her story.
Glory, his people have rallied, and you are a strong people.
I'm sure we all know, unfortunately, who this ogre-ass looking bitch is. Currently, she's trying to get the Supreme Court to overturn Obergefell v. Hodges. But here's what I don't understand. You want to come up and talk about the sanctity of marriage, but isn't this you? You said that gay marriage would be conflicting with God's definition of marriage, which is a union between one man and one woman. Why do you have 4? Not only have you had 4 marriages and 3 divorces, you have 2 baby daddies. I don't know. What am I not getting here? I don't get it. God hates divorce, but he also hates that fucking bump it.
Heaven, is she wrong for saying that the baby mama stuff, the multiple husbands?
God hates the bump it, yo. We're just done with the bump it. No, she's not wrong. People need to mind their own business. Like, I don't care who you are in bed with. I don't, as long as it's not a child. What you do in your bedroom is none of my business. People got all kinds of kinks. All kinds of people are attracted to feet. Just feet. Like legitimate just feet. That's what gets them all. That's just the feet. They don't even need the rest of the body. Like, yeah, and we're worried about people having, like, get out of people's bedrooms. We're worried about the wrong things. How about we worry about, I don't know, making sure guns don't get in our schools while we worried about who's in whose bedroom, doing what with whom. Like, it's yeah.
Yeah, I think it's more marriage and not just what they do in the bedroom. I think the marriage part is the issue that they're having.
But honestly, even and myself as an ordained minister looking at it, there are many religions, many, and a lot of different religions have different beliefs in the idea of marriage and even in the idea of gender. So if we're going to claim to be a free nation and with everyone having the ability to practice the religion that they choose, then we need to stand on that and not push values. I don't want the Jehovah's Witnesses knocking at my door. I'm sure none of y'all do either. So why is it okay when Christians try to force their ideology onto other people, or Catholics, because it's also a Catholic institution as well? That's not, I mean, I've been married twice. I'm not, I don't have any skin in this game, but I mean,
So
it comes down to a lot more than just that. If we're a free nation, then we need to respect everybody's freedoms and not try to regulate so much. And if we are going to regulate things, focus on things that matter.